Hello everyone, from a new day of the confliction between Russia and Ukraine. The war is heating up every day. As the pioneer, we are trying to provide you with all of the details. On the front line, we have seen that the Ukrainian army's counterattack has been continuing in at least 3 sectors in recent days. In recent days, the mobility of Zaporizhia frontline has increased even more. In particular, the victory of Ukrainian Armed Forces in Urozhaine provided a great moral boost to the Ukrainian army. According to local sources, the Russian army is experiencing a major moral collapse due to the loss of the Urozhaine. So, what is the latest situation on the front line? Let's continue and examine it together. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and open notifications so as not to miss the daily map analysis reports and reports on the agenda that we prepared as the pioneer. You can also support me and my team by using the super thanks button at the bottom of the video. I'm reading all your comments. Please let us know your ideas about the contents in the comments. The Pioneer Reports. First of all, let's give a little information about the latest situation on the front line with statements from the Ukrainian official sources. Recently, the spokesman of the Ukrainian General Staff Kovalev assessed that the latest situation at many points, especially on the Zaporizhia front line. The following statements. Our troops are fighting with all their might to expel the Russian invaders from our territory. We liberated Urozhaine. We have also made significant gain in southern flank of Bakhmut. At the same time, our offensive forces have also made significant gains in advancing the Berdyansk and Melitopol. We will not stop until the territory of Ukraine is liberated from the occupation of Russian invaders. Kudos to Ukraine. Let's start with Urozhaine first. As you know, the Ukrainian Armed Forces have been carrying out offensive operations here for a long time. The information that Urozhaine had been liberated had been shared with the great sadness of Russian sources. However, the official sources of the Armed Forces of Ukraine have not yet made the official statements about the situation. Ukrainian Armed Forces sources who had made statements in recent days have reported the Urozhaine has been officially rescued. Now we are witnessing that the Ukrainian army is carrying out new maneuvers in the region. According to recent reports, the Ukrainian army is building new fortifications on the southern borders of the center of Urozhaine. Against the claims that there were intelligence reports that Russian troops would carry out a new attack on the region, Ukrainian troops immediately took action and began preparations for the defense of Urozhaine. The Ukrainian fortifications in the area seems to have scared the Russian troops quite a lot. Now let's take another look at the region on the map. During the time the Russian army was in this region, it was trying to prevent the Ukrainian army from carrying out an attack by taking up positions in civilian settlements. The Russian army is shelling settlements. Taking into account, the Ukrainian army will also take up positions in settlements. However, according to reports of local sources, the Ukrainian army does not have any fortifications inside the settlements. The Ukrainian army is mostly taking up positions in forested areas and away from residential units. The region will be more mobile for a while. It should be considered quite normal for this to happen. There will also be partial relief in Urozhaine region as the Ukrainian army continues its advance in the southerly direction. But of course, this is a process. Of course, we follow the process here. There is a lot of activity in the region. In particular, it is reported that the Armed Forces of Ukraine have sent new reserves to the region. There may be more clashes in the southern regions of Urozhaine. In the same way, it is reported that the Russian Armed Forces have carried out new shipments to the region. We will continue to inform you about the latest situation in the region. As you know, the developments on the Zaporizhia frontline are not limited to the Urozhaine region alone. There is another region of great importance on Zaporizhia frontline. This region is also the Robotyne region. As you know, the Ukrainian army has increased its attacks in the Robotyne region. Local sources stated that it was only a matter of time before the Ukrainian army established dominance in Robotyne. According to the latest reports, the Ukrainian army has captured important foothold in the northern neighborhoods of Robotyne. Now, let's look at the area and the map. Let's first see the border between Russian troops and Ukrainian troops in the region, accompanied by timeline. You can see Ukrainian troops have made significant advances in about a week. The Russian troops, on the other hand, have largely retreated in a southerly direction. According to the latest reports of local sources, the Ukrainian army managed to enter the northern neighborhoods of Urozhaine. The Ukrainian army, which has established fortification areas in northern neighborhoods of Urozhaine, continues to advance to the center of Urozhaine. According to the latest reports, violent clashes are taking place in the region. The resistance strength of the Russian troops, on the other hand, has been greatly broken. The operation around Urozhaine attracted quite a lot of attention. As you know, we have mentioned a new strategy of the Ukrainian army in our previous reports. This strategy was to create a new offensive front by advancing to the Verbove line of the Ukrainian army. The Ukrainian army is continuing its advance in this region. According to the latest reports, the Ukrainian army has managed to gain important bridgeheads around Verbove. It seems that the Ukrainian army will liberate the Urozhaine region from Russian occupation in a very short time. In particular, the operations of Ukrainian artillery units have softened the Russian defensive positions. We may see the Ukrainian flag flying in Urozhaine very soon. Now, Bakhmut. Let's continue our report with the latest developments in the South Wing. The Ukrainian army's operation in Klishchivka, Kordomoivka and Andriivka, located south of Bakhmut, are continuing. According to the latest reports of local sources, the Russian army has been prepared to withdraw from the region to a large extent. It is claimed that Russian troops stationed in the region during the recent operations have been pushed to the east of railway. In addition, some local sources claim that Russian Third Crop has been also largely disbanded as a result of the Ukrainian army's attacks. However, we can mention that there is mostly an information pollution in the region. Therefore, the need for confirmation of every information continues. However, we can mention that the Russian defense line has softened considerably as a result of the conflicts that have been going on for a long time. Now it's your turn. What do you guys think? Do you think that the Ukrainian army will be able to maintain its dominance in Urozhaine? Do you expect Russian troops to attack the region again? What do you think about the latest situation in Urozhaine? Will the Ukrainian army be able to liberate Urozhaine? What do you think about the allegations about the latest situation in Bakhmut? Mention it in the comments. I'm reading and caring about all of your comments.